Good morning, my people. Every day I keep thinking for my people, for humanity, for you and I. We are the people that will bring up the next generation that will live after we die. And I be asking myself, what will happen to my child after I'm gone? If I don't fight and try hard to make sure that the sickness that I'm living with, the sickness that's troubling me, does not affect my child or does not trouble my child after I'm gone. If I don't fight for me to be free from that which is troubling me, that means I'm going to leave my child to go through the same sickness. What kind of father will I be after I'm gone? I'm telling you today, if you don't know, the fact that you are being denied of knowing your history, just like the Americans are doing to their children, letting them know their history, just like the British are doing, letting their children know their history, just like most countries in the Western world, in the white world, in the white space are doing to their children. That means a truth is being hidden from you. Therefore, today, I have been able to unlock some of those things they are hiding from us. And I'm telling you now that they don't know, they don't want us to know about what they did to our fathers and what they are still doing to us. I have been able to unlock those things, and I can tell you now that we are in the fourth enslavement process. This is a planned attack by the Western world, by Britain, by the colonizers, the enslavers. Let's not let's not try to paint it and make it look sweet. What we are passing through is enslavement. Some people want to own us. We are no sheep, we are no goats, and we are no chickens to be owned by another man. God made us the same way He made the white men. For the white men to try to own us, kill us anytime they want, take whatever they want from us anytime they want, we have to fight. The first stage, some people say the first stage have come and gone. It's not. They are still processing that first stage, which is that enslavement. They want it to be completed, their enslavement process. Slavery in Africa has not stopped. They just want to complete it. In those days, they took our fathers by force to do whatever they want them to do for them, for their own benefit. Then they acted as if it have ended for whatever reasons. Then they introduced colonization to mark the spaces they own in Africa. And when it looks like we are beginning to uncover the truth or whatever, they have now shifted it to religion. Religion is another process of enslavement to force you to live your way of life and live their own way of life. And in this process, you go to the church, you pay your tithe and offering, And part of the money you contribute in the church is being sent to them, the white men. What does that tell you? When you are going to church and you are paying tithe and offering in the name of going to church and worshiping God for you to go into heaven, all those things are rubbish. You can worship God in your house without even calling the name of Jesus, and you still go to heaven. If heaven exists, that is my word for that. Because even in the Bible it says, upon all my commandments, love one another as yourself. You don't need to pray to God for anything. You just have to love one another as yourself. And you and God will be in good terms. Hear me today as I speak to you. Christianity and religion is another way of enslavement. Now, the religion is the third stage. The first stage they did is the real. They came to show you what enslavement is by force, taking someone by force, forcing him to do things. And they converted our fathers those days to be Christians by force. Most of them by force for 400 years. Now, an average person now lives up to the age of 80 years and die. 400 years is 80 years times 5. And they hid this secret. And only a few of our fathers then were able to tell their children the secret. And their children will tell their children, and their children will tell their other children. Most of our fathers then didn't know. Those that their father, their shrine was destroyed, their way of life was destroyed, and their fathers was taken abroad and never returned. What do you have to tell your children? You actually tell him about what you know, the life you met when you came to life. Now, the enslavement we know is the first stage of enslavement. Colonization is the second stage of enslavement, which I can say is the marking of the space to tell their cohorts which space they own. Now, the third stage of enslavement is religion, which they own those systems of worship. That's the way they worship God. They made in their way, just like our fathers made their own way of contacting and worshiping God or keeping in touch with God, which they destroyed. This stage seems to be complete in Africa. In my space as an Igbo person, this third stage seems complete because about 90% or 95% of the Igbo people, or yes, the Igbo people where I'm an Igbo person. About 95% of us are Christians, and we're defending it with the blood in our heart because that's what we know. The first stage now is in process. The fact that our children, the little ones now, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years, 5 years, cannot speak Igbo the way it should be. They are speaking English. This is the first stage of enslavement. And if this happens in the next 10, 20 years or 50, our children will not know where they belong anymore. And these people can come and claim them because they speak the same language. And this is why we need to dismantle this one. We need to break them down. When we are breaking this one down, this language enslavement, we ask the churches what they are doing for those that believe in them. When things are happening to the Christians in Nigeria, the church never speaks up. The Pope never speaks up. Your bishop never speaks up. Only a few of your reverends and pastors speaks up. And they are also afraid of their lives. Some are prepared to endanger their life and say the truth. But what are the rest 90% doing, including your bishop and your popes? It's time to start asking questions. These days when you go to your churches, ask them questions. What is your job? What are you doing to protect us?